Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your main man, Snowman. How you doing? You doing good? I am. I didn't expect to get this. This is really cool. I was invited into the Halo 3 flight test, which is probably what, like 500,000 other people are at this point. I don't know how many people they're allowing into this one. But to be able to be a part of this is really cool. What you're seeing in the background is some PC gameplay. I bumped up the FOV to about 120, so if some of you get a little sick from this, I'm sorry, but this is also the first mission. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put a disclaimer at the very beginning saying that there might be minor spoilers here, so if you don't want to be spoiled, just turn the video off or minimize it so you can at least hear what I'm saying, because there is important information here. So what you're seeing here is 1080p gameplay. Excuse me. YouTube will never show this exactly how it is, so take this with a grain of salt, because YouTube compression is a total bitch, and yeah, nobody likes it. But as someone who has a really aging PC right now, I gotta admit, this runs really good. That's what I was most worried about. I was worried that this one wasn't going to run that good. I had major issues with Halo Reach on PC where the audio would crackle really badly, and certain areas just became laggy messes for really no good reason. I know it's more up to date, so to say, compared to Halo 3 here, but still, there's really no reason for a game that's like 10 years old to run bad on PC. Even on my setup, which I'm running Windows 7, but even then, that shouldn't be the reason why. I don't know. It doesn't matter, okay? For the vast majority of you out there, you're running these games no problem. So, let's talk about this here. Number one, I gotta admit, it runs really good. Even at 120 FOV, I saw really no problems at all. If you look at the bottom right here, you'll see the Chief's arm holding the Magnum here. Looks a bit off. But that's because I'm at the highest FOV. You can bump it down to 90 and be just fine. You know what I mean? That's not the end of the world. In terms of game-breaking bugs here, the only major thing I've run into at the very beginning of one of the missions here. By the way, they give you like 5 full missions to play, by the way, which is like, I'd say almost 75% of the campaign. So, yeah, that's freaking awesome. I figured they would only give us the first level here, which is this. But no, they give you a whole lot to play with. So that's really cool. The only issue that I've come across so far is I've had a bit of an audio problem when playing one of the later levels. It quickly went away, but it was the same type of problem that I had with Halo Reach, and I really hope that doesn't become a major issue, because that completely made Reach, in my opinion, completely unplayable. I don't understand why it's a thing, but again, this is what you get for porting games like 10 years old on the PC. You get problems. But so far, as you can see here, there's no game-breaking bugs. The AI works just fine. The weapons work just fine. The lighting, the graphics, everything. Again, I can't stress this enough. YouTube does not do this glory. If you've gotten into this, you need to see this for yourself at 1080p or 4K, 60 frames per second or higher, because, my God, man, Halo 3 is one of the most beautiful games out there. I love its sense of color. You'll see it here in the video. There's tons of color everywhere, from the weapons to the enemies to the environments. It's very bright, and you know me by now. I love color in video games, man. I get rock hard to that shit. But, you know, Halo 3 deserves to be seen in a high resolution and a high frame rate, and it's just nice to see this, man. I never thought this day would come. I genuinely never thought I'd see Halo 3 on PC, yet here I am, playing it. Any other issues that come up are usually pretty minor. I've had a bit of lag here and there, but again, I consider that just my PC, you know what I mean? Your mileage may vary with this. You know, for some of you it may not run good at all, but I can see if it's playing like this for me, considering the age of my PC, if you have a pretty modern PC with like Windows 10 and all that, you should be just fine. You know, I'm running this on practically a toaster at this point. That's how old this poor thing is. And again, I'm playing it at 1080p on original graphics mode, which, by the way, let's talk about this for a second. There's still no actual graphics settings at all. If you go to your graphics settings on this, all you get is your resolution, which is pretty fucking standard these days, I would assume. No, but for real. You get your resolution, you get your FOV, you get the graphics options of, I think it's called reduced or whatever, original, and prettier. I don't remember the names, but you only get 3 types of graphics modes. Now, might I ask, why in 2020 there are no regular graphics options like anti-aliasing, shadows, render distance, character model, just anything pretty basic? Where the fuck is all that? I mean, I know these games are old and you're porting like 5 different games on here, but come on, man. If Halo 1 back in like 2002, the PC version had graphics options, there's really no reason we can't have proper anti-aliasing options, shadows, texture resolution, maybe even some render distance. You know, just some basic stuff that most PC games have these days. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me, but I find that kind of annoying. All in all, though, and by the way, I'm going to be skipping ahead to different parts here. I know it's going to look kind of weird, but I wanted to showcase how things run in large group battles, big open areas. And all in all, I gotta say, if the main game when this releases, and I'm assuming a couple weeks because that's usually how they do these things, they do the flights, then they release them like a week or 2 or 3 after the flights are ending. If it runs this good now, and they have some time to fix some of the bugs, fix some of the issues, make it run just a little bit better, I gotta say, this is probably going to be the best launch for MCC on PC that we've had pretty much ever. I mean, if it's running, like I said, this good now, I can only imagine how good it's going to run on launch. Now, this could change. By the way, I didn't do any multiplayer. I'm not really big into Halo 3 multiplayer myself. I know that's a fucking sin these days, but I'm not that interested in it. I care more about the campaign, so if you're interested in that, I'm sorry. That's not going to be in this video, but I'm pretty sure by now there's like thousands of videos showcasing the multiplayer. So if it's good, hey, go watch those videos. Anyways. So to wrap this up, so I don't make this a 15-20 minute video, I gotta say, for Halo 3's launch, if it's running this good now, I think it'll be just fine. The online needs to work, by the way. It doesn't need to have bad net code or whatever. It needs to have good hit registration, and it needs to have Forge day 1. If Halo 3 does not have Forge day 1, you done fucked up 343. Now, I'm not going to throw a lot of shade at 343 for this because this is very nice. This is the first flight I was able to catch and be in. So it's really just really nice to be a part of this. So all in all, I got to say, if you're worried about purchasing this day 1, as far as the campaign goes and how it runs, I'm going to say it's not bad. You know, it comes down to the multiplayer for a lot of people, but for most of you, or I guess I should say, a good portion of you don't even really care about that to begin with. You just want to literally finish the fight on PC because this is the only Halo game that was not launched on PC. So, I gotta say, this is pretty good so far. We'll see how it goes on launch day. But anyways, guys, this is Snowman. I'll see you later. Have a nice day.